sacred and powerful exterior. The Pope, the supreme leader of the Catholic Church, has faced brutal political conspiracies, merciless power struggles, and mysterious deaths. Did you know that for a long time, the papal throne was not just a symbol of faith, but a battlefield where power was seized at any cost? Get ready to uncover the dark secrets, the ruthless battles that forever changed the history of the Catholic Church. Saeculum Obscurum, the Dark Age. Welcome to one of the darkest chapters of the Catholic Church. This period, known as the Saeculum Obscurum, or the Dark Age, marked the height of political manipulation and power struggles within the papacy. Among the most powerful figures of this time was Marozia, a woman whose influence over the papacy was unmatched. She didn't just control the selection of popes, she placed her own son on the papal throne. Marozia's power wasn't just a matter of influence, it was an iron grip over the papacy. Through her manipulation of the papal election process and strategic alliances with powerful families, she turned the Vatican into a political chessboard. Her enemies were many, but her control over the Church's fate was unyielding. However, Marozia's rise to power would come at a deadly cost. As she continued to manipulate and control, even the papacy became expendable. Pope John X, a pawn in Marozia's political game, would meet a brutal end. His death, shrouded in mystery, was a reminder that, in this age, papacy was a prize that could be claimed by any means necessary. His body was found thrown from a window, chilling symbol of the political bloodshed that ruled the papacy. Even after John X's death, the papacy remained under siege. Popes became mere pawns in the hands of powerful families, unable to act without their approval. The Vatican became a battleground, where popes were selected not for their religious virtue, but for their political value. The true power behind the papacy lay not in the Church, but in the noble families who controlled it. As the Saeculum Obscurum continued, the Church became plagued with murder, betrayal, and shifting allegiances. The papacy was no longer a spiritual institution, but a tool used by powerful families to solidify their own dominance. The cycle of corruption seemed endless, as each new pope was controlled, manipulated, and often discarded by those who wielded true power. Despite the chaos and corruption, the Church would eventually emerge from these dark years. The Saeculum Obscurum marked a turning point in the history of the papacy, where the power struggles of families and the manipulation of the papacy led to a breakdown of authority. The Church would learn from these dark years, eventually rising again with a renewed focus on its spiritual mission. Saeculum Obscurum, the dark century of the papacy, was more than just a chapter clouded by power and ambition. It was a mirror reflecting the fragility of faith when corrupted by human hands. Yet, within the deepest shadows, the first sparks of reform and hope began to flicker. History has never been smooth, and the Catholic Church, with over 2 millennia of legacy, has weathered countless storms. But this journey into darkness is far from over. Our next episode, we uncover one of the most turbulent schisms in church history, the Western Schism, a time when 3 popes simultaneously claimed to hold the throne of St. Peter. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you won't miss what comes next in the Dark Secrets of the Vatican series. History is waiting to be revealed.